Most of you will be incredibly familiar with the parable of the Good Samaritan. In fact, this parable is so well known that if you use the term Good Samaritan, I think it would be generally understood what type of person is being referred to. The parable starts with a teacher of the law testing Jesus and asking him how to inherit eternal life. I interpret that he is really being a bit arrogant and full of himself, and Jesus answers, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbour as yourself." The teacher wants to take it a bit further and asks, "Who is my neighbour?" And Jesus tells a story full of such unexpected compassion and mercy that even the expert couldn't miss the moral of the story. I don't know about you, but as the tedium of lockdown dragged on, I found I had to be a lot more intentional about showing compassion. I found it a bit more wearying coping with people's different levels of adherence to the COVID guidelines and whether they've been more cautious or less cautious than me and the different perceptions on how best to manage this health threat. And it worries me that in some circles it seems to have become acceptable to be openly hostile to people with different beliefs. Graciousness and compassion hasn't come quite so naturally, a kind of compassion fatigue if you like. In the parable of the Good Samaritan, Jesus is calling us to live with the same attitude of compassion that God has shown us in Jesus. He came to help and restore us when we were down and out in the worst way imaginable. And then he says to us, "Go and do likewise." I'm grateful that our God is a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger and rich in faithful love and truth. The Samaritan possessed what the priest and the Levite lacked: compassion.